This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, the Los Gatos baseball star and his big decision will explain the Marin Catholic star and her family's legacy as well.
We'll also have the Clayton Valley lineman back on the field after a scary injury and the Harker soccer star surviving childhood cancer. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports. Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We begin tonight with a very talented martial artist from Hollister.
Martial arts is the Fort family business, and for the oldest son, Noah, it's a way of life.
And go.
For Noah Fort, martial arts is a passion that amounts to nothing else.
A lot of world championship rings. We have some national championship belts.
The senior at San Benito High School is a 4th degree black belt and one of the best martial artists in the world. Noah was 4 years old when he attended his first martial arts class.
Me and my dad were at a McDonald's and we looked across the street and we saw a karate studio. And we went to go check it out, and we got really into it. We thought that was super cool, and we decided to commit to that, and it's been going for 13 years now, so we really love it. It's awesome.
I remember Noah, when we were leaving the parking lot that first day, saying, "Oh, you think maybe I could win a trophy one day if I do this?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so." And he said, "I want to win a second place trophy." So we've taken care of that.
It is super fun. So one of my favorite things about competing is the team form division, which is where me and my dad compete together, kind of do a form at the same time.
Noah and his dad have competed together since the start, racking up somewhere around 500 first place finishes. Noah's mom, Lisa, and younger brother, Aiden, are all black belts as well.
So with a lot of other sports, it's not really a family thing. Like you can't go and compete with your whole family in a soccer tournament. So it's really cool that we can all do this together. Not only is it like a family business, but also we get to all compete together, we get to all train together. And you know, it's really great to go outside and have some fun with your whole family for sure.
So we're the only father and son team, I think maybe in the history of sport karate competing at the professional level.
It's amazing because we've gone through this whole thing together, and to test at the same time with him is really important to me because we started at the same time and we've gone through a lot of our tests together at the same time. And just like when we're out there competing, it's really great to be alongside him doing things.
Martial arts became such a passion for the Fort family, they turned their garage into a studio.
We sold everything in the garage, and the rafters were actually too low. We couldn't throw our weapons or anything. So a friend of ours actually flew over and helped us lift up the rafters. And we put down the mats and built the studio. And it was just for us. We would come in here and train every day. And then one day we decided to open it up to everyone else, and we got awesome students, and we've never looked back.
We train all the time. Since we're competing so often and we have a lot of performances to do, we have to train a lot, so it makes it a lot easier for us to walk outside and be able to train because we're out there for hours every single day. So
Ready and go!
Now, the West Coast Martial Arts Studio in Hollister is home to many more students. The Fort family even added a second studio to their home so they could run classes simultaneously. Amazing, given that just 13 years ago, Noah and his dad were attending their very first class.
It's come completely full circle, and that's crazy to think about. I remember working out there, spinning holes in the grass outside. There was just spots of dirt everywhere. And now we have two very beautiful studios we get to work in every single day, and it's our business, which is crazy.
Noah doesn't know where he would be without martial arts in his life.
I think it totally changed the course of whatever my life would have been for sure. I think one of the great things about martial arts is it gives you these principles to live by for sure. Like in our studio we have on the wall it says honor, family, loyalty, and bravery, and we have a lot of different things we live by in martial arts. It's a mindset and it's a way of life. And that has really carried over into school and into all my hobbies and everything that I do. And it has really helped me to be very successful pretty much at whatever I set my mind to.
Right now, as far as this sport, he's taken it about as far as he can go.
To our winner, Noah Fort.
He's won all the biggest events around the country against all the top competitors. The only place to go from here would really be Hollywood.
9th degree is the highest that I could get to, and I'm definitely going to get there, I think, as long as I keep on doing this, which I'm planning on it. The main thing for me is that I just keep on doing this and keep on training, because I really want to be the best version of me possible in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually. I want to be top tier for myself. So I'm constantly working towards that, and hopefully if I can get into kind of movies or things like that, that's the goal for sure.
He's competed in tournaments all around the world and won a Lifetime Achievement Award at just 17 years old. So, what's next for Noah Fort?
I want to be the best in the world at what I do. I really, really care about that, and I'm going to keep on working towards that every day. And even if I am the best, I'm going to keep on working because I want to keep that lead. And another thing is I really want to make my family proud. That means a lot to me. I really just love what I do. I'm very passionate about it, so I really enjoy doing this. I'm going to keep on doing it until I can't anymore.
All right, let's hear from Noah Fort.
So as for martial arts, there's just not much more left for Noah to accomplish. And like he said, he's going to continue to test until he gets that 7th degree. And then it's off to Hollywood for Noah Fort.
Outstanding. If he wants to make his first movie, we'll do it here.
We can produce it.
We'll do it. I don't think that would be worth it. Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner each week.
This week we feature the Lee High School cheer team.
Coming up, this week's Lexus of Stevens Creek volunteer. This week it's Harker soccer star Ashley Barth.
And later, the Burlingame volleyball player and his musical skills as 49ers Cal High Sports rolls along.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
One, two, three.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.dhcs.ca.gov. Calho, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives. By Stevens Creek Chevrolet, find new roads. By Wingstop, order Wingstop's new all-in bundle, just $19.99. See wingstop.com for restrictions and details. And by Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio. Each week, Adobe brings us stories of athletes who perform at their peak.
That's right. Danielle Podlosky joins us with the story of a top volleyball player from Marin Catholic.
Aubrey, junior setter Leah LeBoy comes from a family of talented athletes. But Leah is making a name for herself at Marin Catholic and grabbing the attention of colleges along the way.
Marin Catholic junior Leah LeBoy was born to be an athlete. Leah comes from a long line of volleyball players on her mom's side.
My mom's side, it kind of comes from my grandfather. He is a collegiate volleyball coach. He's coached for over 50 years. He was an Olympic consultant for the national team, and that kind of started the whole, I guess, legacy or empire of my mom's side. And my aunt and my two uncles played collegiately, and my mom also played in college.
On her dad's side, it's all about football.
My uncle played in the NFL for a pretty long time, and my dad's an NFL agent.
Leah's mom was a setter on the volleyball team at Utah State. She played for 1 year before giving up the sport to have Leah.
I worked my whole life to play in college, and so when I chose to give it up, I always hoped that, especially when I found out it was a girl, I always hoped that she would love it because I loved my time in a gym. But I never wanted to force her into it because my parents never forced us into it, although I nudged her pretty hard towards it.
Leah first started out playing soccer, but with a little push from her mom, Leah attended a volleyball clinic when she was 8.
I went to a clinic and I didn't think I would like it because I liked soccer so much and I liked just being with my friends, and I didn't really want to go to a whole new sport and have to learn meet new people. But after one clinic, I really realized how much I loved the sport. So from then on, it was volleyball all the way.
Leah, now a setter just like her mom, is an anchor for the Wildcats. Last season, Leah recorded an astonishing 693 assists and helped lead her team to its first state appearance in program history.
We ended up winning NorCal CIF, so we ended up going to state for Division I. There was a lot of successes and we ended up falling short in the end, but making MC history was definitely something that was my main goal coming into that season, and the fact that we were able to get there was unreal.
Standing at 5 foot 8 inches, Leah is considered undersized for a setter, but she makes up for it with her expressive play and competitive fire.
In a sense, I am an undersized player for my position, and I as much as I don't focus on it, it's something that I need to elevate my playing level and my skill more than those who are 4 inches taller than me. So I think just my competitive spirit on the court and the way that I conduct myself towards my teammates and just how I compete is something that I really think helps me with attention wise.
Just as Leah is passionate on the court, her family is passionate in the stands.
When you look back at video, you can always hear my mom screaming or my dad yelling, and my dad's a very quiet person. He's very reserved, so seeing him so riled up during games is definitely something that I look forward to. My brothers dress up. They have cute little shirts that say Leah's LeBoys on them with my number on it, so that's just something that I really am grateful for, to have such a strong support system.
I'm the loud mom. I have no problem showing up in her jersey because I am super proud, and my favorite thing is watching her play, literally in life.
Leah is catching the eyes of numerous schools, but the recruiting process slowed down because of the pandemic.
It's kind of difficult for our class, but I am grateful to have right now 2 official offers, and I've had some walk-on offers, but I'm really trying to be smart about my decision and just know that I'm exercising every option that I have, just because you never know what's out there, especially because it's all uncertain right now.
The LeBoy household is extremely competitive, especially on game nights.
Her dad and I are all about, we don't let the kids win because we're trying to be nice parents. We want them to learn the agony of defeat and how to bounce back from it. But yes, it gets very competitive. Even with her brothers that are 5 and 7, they want to win, and the youngest one might cry when he loses a lot, but the middle brother is definitely out to win.
Leah is grateful to have a family that understands volleyball and her love of the game.
I will be forever grateful for this, my family, and just like how much they know. And it's definitely helped me just like skill-wise, because ever since I was little, my grandpa and I would every summer, like we would get into a gym. He taught me how to serve, he taught me all the basics, and I still get to like go on Zoom with him even though he lives away. I get to go on Zoom with him and like look over film from the previous years.
And her family couldn't be any prouder of her accomplishments.
I'm super proud. She's doing a lot of things that I wished I got an opportunity to do, but it's hard for me to admit. No, it's not. She's definitely better than I ever was. That kid's gonna go as far as she wants to. And I've always believed that, and believed that not for her, but I've always seen that in her.
Sports are in Leah LeBoy's blood. Leah comes from a long line of athletes, mostly volleyball players. So it is no surprise Leah found her way onto the court. Growing up in her family taught Leah how to compete and molded her into the athlete and person she is today.
Leah is excited to get back on the court with her teammates. The Wildcats are going for their 5th straight league title this season.
Quite a family, the whole line of family doing well in sports. My family, not one single person, as far back as you can go, not one single person has done well in sports.
But you run up and down a football field with a camera very well. I will say that.
As soon as they make that an Olympic sport, we'll have that going for me. All right, thanks, Danielle. Coming up, a broken neck did not stop this Clayton Valley Ugly Eagle from heading to the football field. The Tyler Charbonneau story is our U.S. Bank inspirational feature this week.
And later, the top baseball prospect getting set to make a big decision. We'll meet Tommy Splain later on in the show.
People always asking me what I got on. They be like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Invis is everything braces isn't. More comfortable, fewer emergency appointments. Invisalign.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Go to SB Live California as your destination for the very best in local high school sports coverage online. SB Live brings sports fans exclusive articles, highlights, coaches, polls, and photo galleries. Get the SB Live app for the latest scores from games played all around the Bay Area and California. This season, SB Live brings you exclusive content in partnership with 49ers Cal High Sports. Follow us at SB Live CA on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. SB Live, the Bay Area's first destination for the latest in high school sports.
Invis is everything braces isn't. Eating the food you love, life uninterrupted. Invisalign.
For the last longest time, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Each week, U.S. Bank helps bring you stories of inspirational athletes who amaze us.
Aubrey, Tyler Charbonneau is a proud offensive lineman on the Clayton Valley football team. A scary injury his freshman year nearly ended his football career, but Tyler would have none of that. There is no place Tyler Charbonneau would rather be than right here on the Clayton Valley football field. Tyler is proud to be an offensive lineman.
I think the funnest part, the brotherhood with my O-linemen. Some of my O-linemen over there since freshman year. I think my favorite thing about the offensive line is just getting down and dirty, going against the D tackles and D ends and just putting them in the ground. It's the best thing. You can't get anything better than that.
Life on the line nearly ended for Tyler during spring practice of his freshman year.
My JV year, I fractured my C7 and my T1. I was pulling through the gap and head was down, went straight into someone's chest, and it fractured it. I immediately felt a sense of pain in my neck, but didn't think much of it, you know. My immediate thought wouldn't be, oh, I fractured my neck right here. Went through my day, and then the next day, the pain was pretty bad, so I got it checked out and found out that I fractured it. It's pretty heart-crushing.
Heart-crushing because Tyler thought he would never play on the line again. But the two vertebrae healed, and with lots of rest and then hard work, Tyler was able to get back on the field.
I thought we might lose him, but he never wavered. And he came back. I think he played the last 2 games of his sophomore year. And the first day he came back to practice, I go, how was practice, sir? He goes, one of the best days of my life, coach. I said, this guy's a football player.
I think the main reason, like my thought process, was just the love for the game of football. Starting my freshman year, and I was more of a baseball player. And coming in, I tried football out, and I just fell in love with the game. And since then, if I had an option to play, I was going to take it regardless of what I had to do.
After getting cleared to play, Tyler earned his spot as the starter on the vaunted Clayton Valley offensive line. The Ugly Eagles are well known for their running game, which makes the job of the offensive lineman even more crucial. Tyler has taken over the role as a leader.
He's the leader. He's the anchor man. He's well beyond his years. You know, last year, well, the year before, with the injury that he had, I really didn't think last year would have been much of a playing time season for him, and he turned it around and was the definition of hard work and perseverance and coming back from something devastating, and became an all-league player and ended up with a couple scholarships and being one of the best offensive linemen I ever coached. So it was impressive. So he's a role model and he's a leader.
Oh man, Tyler was a big part of our O-line from freshman year to senior year. And so when he hurt his neck, it was hard to find a replacement for him. But you know, he fought through the injury, he came back strong, and he came back and he played.
Tyler has 2 scholarship offers, one to Sac State, the other to Air Force. He had hoped to use this senior year to prove his worth in the fall. Now, with football in jeopardy, Tyler is afraid he will lose another chance to play in the games.
It stinks, it definitely does. I mean, it's very frustrating because, I mean, can't do much, you know. And I mean, every practice that we get out here as a team, it's a blessing because you never know when it's going to be all gone within a blink of an eye.
In the meantime, Tyler and the Ugly Eagles get ready to play. Tyler hoping to end his senior season with game time on this new Clayton Valley field. Tyler is hoping to add to his scholarship offers when football is back this winter. Just another high school athlete needing to play to prove his worth during this pandemic.
And hoping to get to play on that brand new Clayton Valley field.
Beautiful new green field.
Out with the black. No more black.
I know, some people really like the black.
I like.
But the green is nice.
All right, thank you, Robert. Wingstop brings us the Wings of an Angel honor each week, where a student athlete talks about their favorite teacher.
Here is a guy we featured on last week's show, Duke Reeder, talking about his favorite teacher, Dr. Don Gamble.
I'd probably have to go with Dr. Gamble, my computer science teacher. Computer science is one of my favorite classes, and he's just a really cool guy. Whenever I'm in the beta lab, which is our computer lab, I always feel at home. He's just like a cool dude to hang out with, great teacher. I've taken as many classes of his as I can. Huge supporter of the football team and athletics, and just overall super fun guy to be around. So I love Dr. Gamble.
Our Wings of an Angel teacher will receive a Wingstop gift card for doing such a great job.
Wingstop is also honoring Terry Blanchard, a Wingstop owner who passed away this past spring from COVID-19. Wingstop will be supporting scholarships for athletes of color in Terry's honor. Those scholarships to be presented at our awards banquet in June.
Coming up, our Lexus of Stevens Creek volunteer, it's Ashley Barth.
And later, our Madden tournament champ takes on the 49ers' Josh Johnson. Can the prep beat the pro? We'll see coming up.
Are you ready to sink your teeth into a lemon peppery, sweet and spicy Korean cute-tastic mango habanero
masterclass in all things wings?
Yes, I am.
Are you though?
I'll take that.
All right.
When the dinner craving hits, Wingstop delivers. Get free delivery for a limited time at wingstop.com.
Piercy Honda, located right off Highway 880 in Milpitas, is where you will find hundreds of new and pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Low credit score, no credit, first-time buyer? No problem, Piercy Honda can help. Find us online at piercyhonda.com to search our inventory, calculate your payments, and even complete your purchase. Piercy Honda is home to great customer service, great deals, and a more convenient way to buy a new or pre-owned Honda. Go to Piercy Honda in Milpitas.
The Guzmans were about to close on a home they adored, but at the last minute, their mortgage company denied their loan because the unusual home didn't meet their usual loan requirements. Heartbroken, they turned to Tri-Counties Bank home mortgage loan specialist Vincent Pagera. Specializing in custom loans for unique homes, his team quickly designed a creative solution, uniting the Guzmans and their home just in time. That's a perfect match. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. And by the Serena Group, here for good.
I'm Kathleen Pazine with Serena Group Real Estate, and I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Each week, Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, all of the volunteers becoming eligible to split $10,000 in scholarships, courtesy of Lexus of Stevens Creek.
Danielle Podlosky is back with this week's feature volunteer.
Aubrey, Ashley Barth is a Harker junior, a center midfielder, and a cancer survivor. Ashley was just a child when she battled the disease. Now healthy, Ashley is making it her mission to help others going through similar situations.
Playing soccer is one of Parker Jr. Ashley Barth's biggest passions.
I can't remember a time where I didn't love soccer. I mean, I've played pretty much my entire life. I think the year that it really hit me that was what I wanted to do was probably 4th or 5th grade. That was when I joined my first club team. I decided that I loved the sport so much that I wanted to make it the thing that I did after school.
The midfielder's love of the sport is something Ashley got from her parents, who both coach soccer at Harker.
I was the coach of the Harker team before Ashley was born, of the varsity girls team at Harker for 3 years, and then partway through the 3rd season was when I had Ashley. And my husband was the assistant coach, and he took over and finished that season.
As much as Ashley enjoys soccer, she sees it as more than a game. It's a way for her to give back. Ashley was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia just before she turned 3 years old.
At the time, when people would ask me to describe what it felt like, I would say that it was like stepping out into a dark night. It was lots of unknowns. You couldn't really see your way. It was frightening, but there was also lights along the way of neighbors and colleagues from school and friends from around the world who reached out and sort of helped us through.
Ashley went through chemotherapy for 2 years. At age 10, 5 years post-chemo, Ashley was officially declared cancer-free. While she was undergoing treatment, Ashley and her family started attending Camp Okaizu.
The hospital staff shared with us this special place called Camp Okaizu, where children with cancer and their families can go, and it's this amazing sort of magical retreat where the kids feel like just normal kids, and you can go up as a family some weekends, and then the kids can go up for a full week in the summer.
I go back every year pretty much. Even if you're not in treatment, you can still go back, and it's a great environment in that there's kids that are sick, but there's also kids that aren't, and we're able to support each other and use each other's strength to strengthen ourselves.
Camp Akaizu is just like any other summer camp, with a lot of fun activities where campers can participate.
Swimming, boating, like kayaks and canoes, ropes course. There's a capture the flag game on Wednesday night. That's my favorite event of camp.
Camp Akaizu is the highlight of Ashley's summer and holds a special place in her heart.
We only see each other 1 week out of the year, but still they're like family to me. It's been funny to watch them grow up. I don't see them that often, but still I've been able to keep up with them, and I'm really looking forward to being friends with them for the rest of our lives.
This past summer was going to mark the first time that Ashley volunteered at Camp Akaizu as a counselor. Unfortunately, with the pandemic and California wildfires, the camp was canceled.
It was hard this year not being able to go back and see them, but it's good to know that we always have that support system available to us. I was really disappointed that I wasn't able to volunteer this summer, but I'm hoping that this summer I might be able to volunteer virtually. And then when I'm in college, I'll be able to volunteer as a counselor as well.
Ashley, along with the Harker Soccer Program, helps raise money to send children and their families to this inspirational camp.
We do a fundraiser called Kicks Against Cancer that goes directly, all the fundraising money goes directly to Camp Akaizu. We sell merchandise like blankets, t-shirts, and lanyards and other little things. We sell food at the games and throughout the week at school. And then the day of, all 3 of our teams play, so JV boys, and varsity girls all play a game. It's a great opportunity for the Harker community to come together and to support a cause, and it gives the girls and the boys on the soccer teams to play for something that's bigger than themselves, which is really great.
This year's fundraising efforts will be even more important. In September, Camp Akaizu burned down in the wildfires and is seeking donations to rebuild.
It was devastating. I mean, I remember crying just to think that this place that I've gone to for so long is gone, and the community is still there. That's the most important part, yet this place that we associate with that community is never going to be the same, and so that was really hard for me and a lot of my camp friends.
Ashley is inspired by the doctors and staff who treated her when she was sick. Ashley now hopes to attend medical school, but still plans to work at the camp.
I don't know if I want to go find the cure for cancer, but I want to be able to help people in the way that people were able to help me. I want to help save a life.
Ashley Barth has come a long way since her days in the hospital.
It's amazing just to see her thriving as a student, as an athlete, and just also the wonderful young woman that she is, and her awareness of other people and their struggles.
Once a sick child undergoing chemotherapy, Ashley is now a key player on the Harker soccer team. But more importantly, Ashley is a healthy 17-year-old who raises money and helps families affected by childhood cancer.
Ashley is looking forward to this season and the team's Kicks Against Cancer event. If the season does get canceled, Ashley still plans on finding other ways to raise money for Camp Akaizu.
The season will not be canceled.
No.
We are definitely playing, but also because Camp Akaizu is a great place. So if you can maybe go to their website if you want to contribute to them, it's a wonderful place.
Yeah, and everything was kind of burned down, so they're really looking for donations.
Yeah. All right, very good. Thanks, Danielle. Coming up, he can pitch, he can catch, he can wash your windows. Tommy Splain can do it all. We'll meet this top prospect next.
And later, the multi-talented volleyball player from Burlingame. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports. We're back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio with a chance to meet Tommy Splain, a top baseball prospect from Los Gatos.
Aubrey, Tommy is a super talented pitcher and catcher who has traveled the nation during COVID, showing his skills to pro scouts. Tommy has a top scholarship in hand, and at some point will have to make a tough decision. What's a player to do? Tommy Splain is one of the top pitchers and catchers in the nation. While lots of players do both, very few do both at the level shown by this talented senior from Los Gatos High.
It's a pretty big rarity, but nowadays you're starting to see a little bit more and more The thing that's surprising is just how good he is at both. Typically one position will kind of fall away and you become an expert at the other, but he's excelled at both, and I think he's going to continue to do so.
I don't think it's going to be my choice to decide. I think it's going to be, whatever I can continue and, get the furthest at, and whatever help either Arizona or whatever professional team down in the future, and whatever they need help for.
Blaine is committed to play next season at the University of Arizona.
So I visited early in my high school career and I loved it. My dad went there, so I grew up a Arizona fan. Second I was born, there was an Arizona football put into my little bed. So I was always an Arizona fan, and the second I got down there, met Jay Johnson, met all the players, and just the facilities, it was something I couldn't turn down. And it was kind of like my goal and my dream, and I can't wait to go.
Part of the decision of which position to play might come down to hitting. Tommy is an outstanding hitter who can do it all.
I think it's going to come down to, as he develops here from 17 to 18 years old and grows into his body, he's a huge frame and a lot of serious potential with the bat as far as power and consistency. He hits to all fields with tremendous pop to the other way. The opposite field hitting is pretty remarkable for a young man his size and age.
All of this success on the field has come from a love for the game starting at a very young age.
Probably since I was 3 or 4, I was always with the plastic little baseball bat, and with my dad in the backyard. We'd always play, but I went up through Little League, T-ball, single A, majors and all that. I think travel ball was really important, and I played on a team called La Miranda and Zoots. I think those 2 teams really helped me get me where I am today. When I went down to Florida this year, I played with a team called the East Coast Sox, and it was an amazing experience playing with guys from all over Mississippi and just getting new experiences, and the coaches were great, and it was just an awesome experience in general.
A little over 5 years ago, getting him as a fresh out of Little League superstar, as a Little Leaguer, it was a lot of fun to see the potential that he had. Tremendous work ethic, really enjoyed playing the game and asked all the right questions, so it made my job teaching him and being a mentor to him very easy.
During COVID, with no games being played, Tommy took the time to get himself organized off the field.
I think it actually helped me kind of figure out things and work out and just get everything back to normal and healthy and everything, and you finally get on a program, kind of get ready for college, and I think it was kind of for the best just to get dialed in for next year as well as for years to come.
Tommy realizes he is fortunate to have the scholarship to Arizona in hand, as this coming season is still in doubt. He feels badly for the players looking at this season as being crucial to their scholarship opportunities.
There were guys last year that that were really affected them. Even into this year, because college coaches still can't see them, and even professionally, it's hard to get people out to some things. But my cousin Michael Splain, he's definitely, should be going somewhere by now. But this pandemic's definitely affected him and many others on our team. And I think this year is going to be a big opportunity for our team to be seen, because a lot of players on our team should be seen because they're really good.
I think it's difficult for everybody, student athletes, parents alike, the coaches. We all live for this, seeing the development of our guys and girls playing in their respective games and not having an opportunity to shine and ultimately move up to the next level. It's been very difficult, but I think Tommy's in a great position right now to hopefully overcome these obstacles.
In the meantime, Tommy continues to show his skills before professional scouts while improving his skills for play this season and in college. What position he plays, either catcher or pitcher, is still up in the air. Like everyone else, Tommy is hoping to play his senior season this spring with his Los Gatos teammates, and that team should be really, really good.
They should. They'll give Valley Christian a run for their money.
So many good teams out there.
I know there are. There are a lot of great CCS baseball teams. Absolutely. Hopefully we'll get to see them this year.
Yep.
We will get to see them this year. All right, it's Deja Mu. Each week, Clover Dairy brings us athletes who are grazing their way through the professional ranks. This week, we feature former Miramonte basketball star Sabrina Ionescu.
Sabrina was great at Miramonte. She was our Player of the Year 2 years in a row and USA Today Player of the Year. Sabrina then spent 4 years at Oregon, where she was named Best Player in the Nation. Sabrina was the #1 pick in the 2020 WNBA draft by the New York Liberty. Coming up, the pro meets the prep as Josh Johnson takes on our Madden champ.
And later, the multi-talented volleyball player from Burlingame. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.dhcs.ca.gov. CalHope, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
Devcon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why Devcon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. Devcon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and Mitty wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know Devcon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. Devcon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley. Our E-Game champ, Simeon Milan from Skyline, is back this week taking on 49ers quarterback Josh Johnson.
Now, Josh is always telling us how good he is at Madden, so here's his chance to prove it. It's the prep versus the pro. Skyline versus Oakland Tech this week.
My name's Simeon Milan. I go to Skyline High School. I play running back, and I'm playing with the Chiefs.
You feel me? Josh Johnson, quarterback, Oakland Tech Bulldogs alumni, Silver Bowl champs, only one at Tech. I'm playing with Seattle because I got Russell Wilson. Oh, so crazy part about that, because Robert just hit me with something. He said the pros versus preps. Yeah, he the Super Bowl champ. It's actually ironic. I already previously know Simi.
Yeah.
He been telling me he raw. I've been hearing about it. So now I get to finally find out tonight.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson.
End
zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Mahomes now to throw. Looking
Kelsey has a great day.
This is caught here on first down. And going deep for Hill. It's caught.
Well, we broke him off.
And he's got it.
Tyreek Hill not?
Yeah, I think
Tyreek Hill?
all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
I said I had Josh in a box.
We don't play like that. I don't never play like that. That's a different way. Thought it was cool, man. They can, put something together amongst the high schools. Allow them to go out, compete against each other. Well, yeah, Simeon, on behalf of UGL for winning, we're gonna give you a little scholarship. I'll let you know how much. I ain't gonna tell it online, so people won't be in your pocket and stuff, man.
Thank you.
But yeah, just came out here and did your thing. And
I appreciate it.
Follow UGL on social media and subscribe to UGL World_TV on Twitch to view the full game.
So as it turns out, Josh is not nearly as good as he said he was. Thanks to UGL and Josh for the scholarship for Simeon, who will also get a nice prize from the 49ers. He talked a good game, Josh.
He did.
He just didn't play a good game.
One of the best parts about it is hearing the trash talk. You know, that's what I love. I can't tell you.
I thought the best part about it
tell you how to play, but I like the trash talk.
I thought the best part was seeing Josh embarrassed at losing. That was good. For me, that was good.
That was funny.
Yeah.
All right, next up, the Harker School brings us the Scholar Athlete Awards each week. This week we honor Leah LeBoy, who you met earlier. Leah is sporting a 4.4 GPA.
Very impressive. Brought to you by the Harker School. Harker Jr. A.N. Nath recently placed second in American Protege's We Sing Pop competition. He is slated to perform in the American Protege Summer Gala concert, scheduled to take place in June of next year at New York City's Carnegie Hall. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
I wish I was called a protege.
Yeah, well, you could be. Me, never.
All right, be sure to check us out on social media for lots of fun content, including videos, news updates, and lots more. We're at 49ers Cal High everywhere, including TikTok.
Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on when new videos are posted each week. Coming up, the Burlingame volleyball player, talented in many ways.
You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by US Bank.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, we get it. By Clover Sonoma, the #1 milk brand in Northern California and proud partners of the 49ers. And by Devcon Construction, build, design, perform, sustain.
We are back at Levi Stadium with our next feature story this week, brought to you by Service by Medallion.
Allie Williams joins us now with the story of a Burlingame volleyball player who has all sorts of skills.
Yes, Robert, like everyone else this year, Kieran Loftus has to make adjustments to his training routine during this pandemic. But between multiple musical instruments and sports in his senior year, Kieran is staying plenty busy.
Kieran Loftus is no stranger to being part of a team. On the court, he plays for a growing Burlingame High School boys volleyball program. Off the court, he stays busy with music. Kieran currently plays tenor saxophone and piano. He started piano when he was 7, then added the tenor sax in 7th grade. He also plays the clarinet and baritone saxophone. At one point, Kieran played for 5 different bands: jazz ensemble, wind ensemble, and marching band with Burlingame High, and 2 more bands outside of school. It's kept Kieran busy, even if the pandemic has kept him from practicing in person.
Since there's a delay, we can't play with each other. The most that we could do is have the section leader unmute themselves, and then everyone else stays muted and it just like plays along with them. Except you can't really do concerts like that. The rhythm section would record the backing track for a certain song that we're playing, and then we would all listen to that and then record a video of us playing our parts, and then our teacher would go in and then like edit all the music together. Definitely a lot different from a normal band. It's not nearly as fun, but it's all right. I gotta play something.
Volleyball adjustments have also been made in San Mateo County, where some gyms outside of school allow small groups to practice. Kieran plays with some of his teammates as they try to bounce back after COVID shortened their season. He says the early end to spring sports was frustrating for his volleyball team, which was in its first official season.
We played 4 games total. We went 2-2, and then the season ended. After that, yeah, we were supposed to have like 12 games total. We got through 4 of them. I was pretty mad about it. I think we were most mad about the fact that like we knew that we could beat the teams that we were playing later in the season if we were able to play them again.
The boys volleyball season has been pushed back and won't begin until spring, but Kieran says it's great to be able to have volleyball in any capacity right now.
I found out that we were going to go back and do open gyms. I was pretty hyped.
We have roughly around 10 plus or minus. There might be times we have 12. It is on a volunteer basis. It's not strictly required, it's not part of the school at all, but I think it's and most of them are very excited. And they're just like getting out of their house and coming out and playing.
Volleyball is just the latest extracurricular activity for Kieran. He played basketball through his first 3 years at Burlingame and still plays club basketball in addition to playing volleyball at the high school and club levels. Before those two sports, Kieran was a black belt in Taekwondo. He earned his first degree black belt at the age of 11 and was sparring against adults. He earned his third degree black belt at 15. Kieran has narrowed his focus to volleyball, band, and class. He currently has a 4.1 GPA and holds his academics in high regard.
I focus on school more than anything else.
While the pandemic has thrown a wrench in senior year, Kieran is making the most of it. He plans to keep volleyball and music in his life once he moves on to college. Whatever Kieran decides to take on next, he'll have the discipline and experience from everything he's already accomplished to help him on his way.
Kieran was a sophomore when the Burlingame volleyball team was created. They only played in scrimmages his first year, and then the season was cut short this spring. So Kieran is really hoping the COVID-19 restrictions are lifted soon so that he can play a full season of high school volleyball before he
Yeah, aren't we all hoping for that? But also, I have to officially say here that I hate this guy. He's way too talented. I tried to play the piano.
On record, Robert hates him.
On the record, Kieran, I hate you.
Does this go back to the athletic thing?
He's way too talented. Not only is he athletic, but musical and the grades in the classroom, amazing.
And he'll fight you in Taekwondo too.
Yeah, no.
No, he won't, but he's coming for you.
No, he won't. Yeah, I'll be with my gear running up the stairs.
On your door.
Coming up, the stories we will be featuring on next week's show.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Riken Center.
Hey, I'm Coach Juan Pablo. Today's training tip is resist rotation press. Rami here is going to demonstrate the exercise. We're going to start with a split stance position and do 3 different positions. So left leg forward, right leg back. You're going to press out, keep your hands in line with your sternum. Go ahead and press out, back in, do 1 more. Then we're going to drop, get down a little bit lower. 1 press, come back in, drop down all the way, a knee inch off the ground. 1 last rep, go ahead and press out, come back in, and that's your resist rotation press.
That's our 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Next week, we'll feature the heptathlete from Stockton and how she competes in 7 events, plus Sophia Fidelis from Salesian and the tragic news that struck her family at the end of last season. We will see you then.